Testing, testing. Okay. Test.
Testing, testing.
Okay, it's working. Welcome to the worst show episode of The Brave Traveler. I'm your host, IR, and today I have a special guest, um, Average Asthma Jill. And basically, I'm going to try to get the female perspective on some of the topics that I like talking about on my show. But before I get to that, I just wanted to mention that I saw The Accountant the other day, the first and the second one with Ben Affleck, and it was actually pretty amazing. It's about a guy with autism who, for whatever reason, his father is like an amazing psychological genius when it comes to the army and was able to train him to control his impulses and outbursts and tics. And now he's basically Batman. And the series is a franchise. The third movie is already confirmed. And if you watch the sequel that's in theaters right now, you're going to get a very strong sensation that it's a lot like Batman. Like he has this perfect self control. He knows how to fight and shoot and do everything. He's just a little awkward when it comes to socializing because he's busy, like Batman, or like Batman used to be. Um, Ben Affleck, who played Batman in a few movies, he was cheated out of a solo Batman movie that he was actually going to direct. And I think he must have had his hopes up pretty high for that franchise that didn't end up happening. And The Accountant is the result, the aftermath result of that. Uh, his character is so much like Batman, but you have to watch it. I preferred the first one. The second one, it was a lot of fun, but they tried to sneak in some humor, which it's entertaining, but I don't think it was necessary at all. Anna Kendrick was in the first one, and she was actually great. She downplayed her natural sense of humor, I guess, and it was better that way. Um, I'm glad she wasn't in the second one. If she would have been, then it would have been a straight up comedy. But she's coming back in the third one. I'm guessing she's going to be the love interest. Okay, female perspective. Average Jill. What do you think about, or do you know about Blue Origin and what happened with those six women that went up on an expensive 4 minute, millions of dollars worth ride? I think the cheapest ticket was $1 million.
Well,
Oh, by the way, this is also the drinking episode. Isn't that interesting? Women and the now drinking. Just wine. Just wine. What is this?
Rioja?
Merlot?
No, it's Rioja.
Whatever that is.
It's
So
a
that's
Spaniard or Rioja.
so it's red wine. It's fancy. It's imported. Just one bottle, so we're not gonna get messed up or anything. All right, go ahead.
So, in my perspective, I don't, it's all commercialized. I don't really think they went up. I don't think they went up. The whole parody of what's her name? Katy Perry.
What do you mean you don't think they went up?
I don't think they went up. I really don't think they went up. I just think everything was pretty much staged so they could seem like, oh my gosh, we went up there, and then they did that.
Well, there's video of them like floating in that little
Right.
cock rocket.
But I mean, just like there are simulators in the world that an average person can go visit museums, I'm sure there's a museum that they could visit, or I don't know exactly, but I don't think
They visited a museum. What do you
they went.
mean?
So, I I know Japan has a museum for like natural disasters, so they simulate earthquakes, tsunamis, things of emergency. I'm sure there is a museum or some type of building that can simulate whatever it is that they were doing.
Well, they were floating in the that compartment thing, the cock head, the Jewish penis head. And I forgot to say that the other day. That, by the way, penises don't look like that. Okay, not unless you're actually circumcised, and then your dick is pretty much just choked by the head. So if you're not circumcised, like myself, uh, your penis doesn't look like that. So that's not just a regular cock rocket; it's a Jewish cock rocket. Okay. Anyways, so I saw a video of them floating on the head part. How do you explain that?
Well, there's so many CJs or AIs out there now that make everything look realistic. What did Elon Musk say? That, oh, was it? It didn't seem like it was real.
You know it's you know that it's real because it looks fake.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
That's
Yes,
what he said.
that's exactly what I was just thinking. Yes. Thank you.
That's when he put that car with an astronaut or whatever in space just for the fun of it.
Right. Well, that's what it seemed to me. Like they really went up there. Come on. And then all these women were all empowered in peace and love. Okay. Did that stop world hunger? Did that stop wars? What really? What did it do? What did it benefit? What's the benefit of it?
I just think it was strange how when Katy Perry got out of that thing, um, she she didn't look like what you might imagine somebody that just went through that would start looking like or behaving like. I mean, like, for example, a person that skydives for the first time. Um, if you see their reaction when they hit when they're on the ground and it's over with, it's not something of like, oh, I felt that one, I felt all peaceful and we're all one and together and it's all about love. Usually they're laughing hysterically, they can't really speak, they're not coherent, the adrenaline rush
Right.
is still going through them hardcore. It's just very different. It's not as it doesn't feel like stage acting like it did with Katy Perry and her fucking little flower telling everybody that now she feels wise. Like she's wise all of a
That
sudden.
1 second, or how long were they up
It's
there?
supposed to be 4 minutes.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't watch that crap live because I don't give a shit what Amazon or Jeff Bezos. Like I don't even think Jeff Bezos is actually the guy controlling Amazon. Like we're supposed to believe that some fucking guy that looks like Lex Luthor is actually controlling this $1 billion company. It's fiction, in
He,
my opinion.
he used to look real before.
Yeah, now
Before
now he looks like a walking dildo. I don't think you saw this,
Oh my
and
god.
I can't remember the name. Hold on. Okay. Oh, by the way, before I get to an important topic, I also wanted to mention that I saw that there's a couple of movies in the theater right now that might be worth checking out. The Accountant 2 for sure, but also I think maybe Until Dawn. Until Dawn is a video game that I played, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And it has that one chick from that one show called Heroes. I can't remember what her name is. She's got a giant forehead. She was the cheerleader that had the Hulk powers, and she stars in the video game. Sadly, she doesn't star in the movie, which would have been awesome. I haven't seen her work in anything. Maybe she's not human. Anyways, the movie is not an exact adaptation of the video game. It's it's different and in a I think a good way. If you remember the movie Groundhog with Bill Murray, how he keeps waking up in the same day, from the commercials I remember seeing of that movie, it seems that a group of people are stuck in like a haunted house or a haunted village or something, and they get killed a lot, but for some reason they keep waking up in the same place trying to escape or something. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. It looks like it should be entertaining. The other movie that's in theaters right now that I'm curious about, but maybe not too much because it's Disney. Uh, Thunderbolts, Marbles, Thunderbolts, which was an awesome comic book that took place during the Marvel Civil War event um, by Mark Millar, and it was really good, right? Because of the Civil War thing that was going on, where superheroes all had to register their uh, real names and powers. There was a separation in the MCU, and the government was able to sort of enlist some of the bad guys to hunt down some of the good guys, like Captain America, who refuse to register and give up their identities. I thought that was awesome. The story I read was written by Warren Ellis, and it's a lot like Suicide Squad. In fact, when the first Suicide Squad movie came out, I thought this is just like Thunderbolts. Um, but now people are going to be like, "Oh, Thunderbolts, that's like Suicide Squad." But to me, the comic books matter more. And the movies tend to fuck it up anyways. Thunderbolts is more than likely going to be a piece of shit. I wasn't impressed by the commercial. The comic book was bleak. I mean, it was some savage bastards, reveling in the thought of legally being able to take down good guys. Whereas this fucking movie from the commercial that I saw, you have that Dave Hine or whatever the fuck his name is, the shitty Hellboy guy, making jokes. And so I can already tell that it's going to be one of those dumb shit movies that just makes you feel stupid for even watching it. And that tends to be, in a nutshell, all Disney movies. Anything that Disney does is just fucking insulting. It feels like they gave the job to an idiot, maybe a group of idiots, because I think one person would probably make a better movie. And these movies are so shitty that it probably took a group of people and some asshole to just say, yes, that's a great idea to everything that sounded like shit. I don't know why, but it does sort of feel like it's on purpose. It feels like whoever's steering Disney as a company is trying to destroy it. Because
Oh yeah.
I think, honestly, I think a stupid person could probably make a better story than most of the shit that's been coming out of Disney for years now.
Feels like it started in like what, 2012.
Why?
So yeah, like everything started changing as far as
Oh,
Disney.
2012,
Yeah,
2012.
yeah, it feels
Yeah,
like,
I,
yeah, it
I,
started like
I
that in those
do,
years.
not because of Disney, but maybe, but personally,
A
and in my
lot.
life, that is how I kind of feel that around that year, something changed
Yes, me
and
too.
everything has been bizarro world ever since.
Oh yeah, times two. Oh yeah, I mean a lot of movies were changing. The remakes that were, oh my gosh, it sounded like it was gonna be cool, and then I don't remember which remake it was, but I could say that for animated movies or cartoons. Like the Merida was one of them that I really liked. And then from there, just switched to live action. And the live action, I don't remember which one it was, that was so anticipated and everybody was like all hyped up, turned out to be shitty. Look at the last movie that came out from Disney.
Which one?
The
Snow
Snow
White?
White. Yes, I can't stand it. I can't stand the Ziegler girl. I can't stand her. The faces she make and like she makes. Oh God, she just walks around and prances like she is the hottest shit in the world.
But I wonder if
oh,
it's an act.
me
Like
too.
I don't think anybody in that position would be that stupid. I mean,
She
I know we're
looks already.
supposed to think so because, she's a rich, privileged little piece of shit, but something tells me it's fake. I saw footage of her going to the theater to her own movie and it was empty and she's just like acting all happy, like having a party, like this is great. That's not normal behavior. I think we as the audience are being set up. I think it's all phony somehow.
Yeah. So I I was looking at her like videos that she was doing, and then she did this like modeling gig, and she was trying to get all hyped up, and all there was just a lot of negative comments. And I saw like a video of her. She's walking down the street trying to look like a homeless person, and still she makes those stupid faces. Like, what are you trying to do? I don't know if she's Venezuelan or Colombian from out there, but she's doing this whole like
Demon.
Latina empowerment. Oh, I'm Latina. Look at me. And it's more of like, why do you want us to look at you? Nobody likes you. Wasn't she like blacklisted or canceled or something?
Well, yeah, I
She
mean
lost
that's what
friends.
that's the latest thing that they're saying, but who knows?
Yeah. Supposedly.
Yeah, like she's not gonna work in the industry anymore. But I mean, good. But at the same time, I think the whole purpose of this Rachel Zegler bullshit is just to bother people. Like they succeeded if that was their initial intention. And I think it was. I think we're all supposed to believe that she's just a stuck up dumb shit. And from being so stupid, she ruined the possibilities of making money with this movie. But I think it goes beyond money. I think the sole purpose was just to piss people off, to get people to talk about it, get people distracted, and think it's real.
Yeah. Um, what else was she trying to do? She was trying to uh the word like cheeky, like in a cheeky way. She was trying to put what's the other Latina girl, the Wednesday Adams? What's her? Who is she? What's her name?
Oh man, I'm not a fan of new
I forget who
Hollywood.
she is. She's also
Yeah, I
Latina.
know who you're talking about. I think her name is Jenna
Jenna
Ortega.
Ortega. Yeah, I don't know exactly what type of event it was, but she was the Ziegler girl was trying to kind of belittle and kind of push Jenny Ortega like on the side, like making faces while this girl's trying to be all nice to her, and it was all caught on camera. Like she's really feeling the whole "oh, I'm better than you" type of.
But you bought it,
No,
and I think it's
no, no,
fake.
no, no, no.
I think
It
they're
was more of
pretending.
like
I think all of it is bullshit.
no, no. She looks like this that type of girl. Like she's not a girl's girl. She's not a girl's girl. She looks like a total bully. Like that's her portrayal of, oh yeah, I'm such a baddie. Look at me. And of course, she's monetizing off of everything that everybody's saying. Whether she's blacklisted or not, she's still monetizing. I mean,
I think the only movie I saw with her was the shitty remake of West Side Story. The original was way better, but I didn't even know it was her because she hadn't like made a big stink and gotten attention yet. Then she was in some Hunger Games movie that I don't think anybody watched. I didn't watch it. And I actually liked the Hunger Games, and I would have watched that one as well if it wasn't for that bitch being in it. It's like, no, thank you. It looks stupid already. Just the commercial just killed it for me. And they just put her face in it like, here's what you want, America.
here's what
It's
you
like,
want.
no.
Yeah, no, just
And now the stupid Snow Brown.
Snow Brown. Wait, no. The what is it? The one before it that was also a flop. Or wait, has it even come out? The Little Mermaid?
Yes,
It did.
years ago.
I'm sorry, I just stopped watching Disney remakes. The live actions
But
are
the Little
ridiculous.
Mermaid at least doesn't say the Little White Mermaid and then it's a black woman. Whereas Snow White, the whole reason why she was called Snow White, I would have, that's the only part that I'd like to see in the movie. Like, why is she called Snow White? Because her soul is so pure.
No.
It's white
Oh
as
my god.
snow.
There was a meme. I don't know if you saw a meme over of the Ziegler girl that she's like making this face as she's twisting her mouth.
No, yeah,
And,
I saw this really awesome Photoshop of that. They put a special helmet on her, like
like the yellow school
a
bus.
red helmet, yeah, and
So
it
mean.
looks perfect. It was the best. Yeah,
Now I saw a bunch of them. One where she is, of course.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah. And then the other one. It's
I don't know.
she's doing cocaine.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, it has like a little baggie, and somebody put a key with blow on it. And so she looks like she twisted her mouth, because she's so coked out. That one was hysterical.
Oh man.
What got me was the key.
No, the funniest one I saw was with the helmet.
Yeah,
I don't really look at memes. Like they catch me, I don't go looking for them.
No, I get them sent. Man.
All right. Okay. So, fuck. I forgot his friggin' name again. It's Peter Braca. There it is. Peter Brabeck. Let math, whatever. He is the interim chairman of the WEF, the World Economic Forum. And he says that people, they are abusive with water. And that much water, in his words, is not a human right. I think he also works for Nestle,
Gross.
selling bottled water. And so even my daughter, a few months ago, there was some group from the water company that came down to her school, showed them all a movie on how water is scarce, trying to, push this fear propaganda that you need to be real careful with how you use water because apparently there's not a lot of it. It's just everywhere, but not for us. And there might be a fucking war, especially when prices start going exceedingly high. All I can say is learn how to fucking clean water. First of all, water is underneath our feet. You dig down 300 feet and you will hit water. You want more pressure? Go 600 feet. You can just throw a hose down there and start using up the water. There's water. They're lying. They're fucking lying. They lie all the time. But this fucking guy, Peter Brackman, I keep forgetting his name. Peter Brabeck, who I believe the Sir is either German or the other group of Satanists. And this guy, he comes on giving people this bullshit message, which is basically just a preparation. It's an intro to get people to warm people up to the idea that, oh yeah, water is scarce, so that nobody looks into why water is all of a sudden going to be costing up the ass horrible fucking prices that are, it's just ridiculous. So it's baby steps going in that direction. All I can say is try to spread it to as many people as you can. That making a well is not impossible. You dig 300 feet south beneath you, not south, beneath you, and you'll hit water always, even if you're in the desert.
Oh yeah, I can say that. There's a river where I'm from, and we had those talks about, oh, let's protect our water, clean our water. There's droughts. Really, there's a huge river where I live and by the area where I'm from, and there's droughts. There's droughts where there's irrigation. How could there be droughts? No,
Government.
there's no droughts. That river continues to flow. It goes all the way down to Mexico, and even down there, that the river is cut. Like they stop the river a little bit into Mexico. There's still water that runs under there, and they don't have droughts, and it's in the desert, like in the desert, tumbleweed. I can't make that noise, but but yeah, I mean, there's still water under.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find water, and like I said, with a little hard work, you can dig deep enough and you'll get there. But if you find water and it's dirty, know how to clean it. Okay. I mean, you use, I believe, and you can look up a bunch of videos or manuals online, but it's basically like charcoals, pieces of wood, sand, some shrubbery, a few pebbles. It'll filter out all the gunk. It'll clean it out. You do that enough times and it'll come out very clean. You want it more clean? Boil it, right? You do this and you should be fine. So those assholes that are really trying to fuck with people that are still asleep and they think that the government has their best interests, they still haven't figured out what even the word govern meant means, which is meant mind control, mind controllers. Uh,
There's videos out there how to filter not just river water, but different types of waters. It's I forget his name, but he is Chinese from the countryside, and he has uploaded videos of just filtering water. If he didn't have any water near him, and he cooks with that, and he just makes it seem so normal, like it's just normal. Oh, okay, well, no biggie. Just gonna grab this water from the river. Oh, no biggie. Let me filter it with this, and he shows you the process of what he does. He filters it. It's really cool. It does have an annoying music, which is kind of catchy, but he literally shows you how to filter water. And I love watching him, even though it's might not make sense to others, but I like Mr. Biao. That's his name.
so, even ocean water has its own special way, but there is a way of being able to clean ocean water and drink it. And that is collecting the condensation, right? And the way you do that, there's several ways. So there is no shortage of water. These assholes are just fucking trash Satanists, and that's what they do. That's their job, to fuck with us. But it's your job to be smarter than they are, because they're not that smart. Because they heavily rely on the assumption that we're all stupid. So we need to be smarter and better prepared.
It just reminded me of the droughts by the river. Yet everybody is trying to plan a float down. There's always a yearly float down, and yet, oh, there's a drought. The river's drying. Why are you planning the float downs then? It's if it's man, yeah. So yeah, I
I have
don't
no
believe that.
idea what you're talking about. Can you explain that one?
So okay, so where I'm from, there's a huge river that comes down from uh, Nevada, and then it goes down through, of course, the state lands of California and Arizona all the way down to Mexico, and it's a huge river. It's the Colorado River. However, it is said that it's drying up from Lake Mead. I think it's coming from Lake Mead. That it's drying up, and so everybody, of course, is trying to protect the water and all that. We're in the desert, and every year in the town where I'm from, every year without a miss, the city, the actual city government people, they plan events, of course, and they plan a float down. So you float down from point A all the way down to point B.
A float down?
Yeah, you grab floaties, like let's say those big donuts or the rafts
Uh-huh.
that you inflate yourself.
The bananas?
Yeah, or you could do that, and then a lot of people what they do is they grab rope and they tie. If you're gonna go down in a banana, that's fine. It's a 5 hour float down, so you're floating down all the way from point A.
5 hours?
Yes, from point A, and
I want to try this.
yeah, I'll definitely show you what I'm talking about, and then you'll be like, what do you mean it's 5 hours? It takes you 5 hours from one point in the same city, which is in the outskirts, all the way down towards. Uh,
Is this water clean?
yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's monitored all the time. There's a water treatment center right next to the river in the downtown area because the river floats down all the way, of course, like I said, towards Mexico, but it does go through downtown of this city. But yeah, the city plans the float down where families get together, and then there's people that try to. The best thing to do is to float down with somebody that knows the river, because of course there's
Surprises.
yes, so there's holes, of course, like in the river where you could be walking down and directing and guiding, like the donuts. So everybody just pretty much like you wrap around that rope around your belly, right? And then you wrap that rope around like a donut behind you, so there's somebody on the donut, and then that donut is wrapped around another floaty, vice versa. So there's people that are floating down.
Oh, I get it.
They're fun. It's really fun to do.
I bet.
They
5 hours,
like
though. I mean, I wonder what people do to avoid getting sunburned.
No, it's you are gonna get sunburned unless you have an umbrella or something that's gonna cover yourself.
Yeah, that's what
They always
pictured. Like some people probably bring an umbrella.
they do, but it won't cover for much, and then you end up super tired. If you think you went to the gym for let's say 2 hours to three and you're tired, when you do those float downs,
Yeah, I know.
you end up tired.
I know. The water
Yes.
is something special, you know. It can wash away negative energy,
It is sacred.
and maybe it can also drain you of energy. I don't know. But that is pretty much how I've felt whenever I have gone into a pool for a long time.
But you're talking about a pool. I'm talking about a river that's constantly flowing.
Water
down.
In general. It's water.
Yeah.
You know.
It's fun.
There's something that I think for most people, maybe not professional swimmers, I don't know. But for me, it does have a draining effect. But I don't know if
It does.
I don't know if that's bad or good. I mean, I think it's probably good.
Right, because when you wake up the next day or you wake up from a nap after being in the pool for hours, you wake up feeling refreshed.
Well, besides this fresh water scarcity bullshit, uh, there's another real popular lie that's been going on since I was a kid. In school, we were constantly being told that there are too many people. The population is out of control. People are having kids left and right, and it needs to stop because all the world's natural resources are gonna dwindle and then we're all gonna die. And now people don't have kids. And turns out that was a lie. Yeah. There's an overpopulation in cities, in major cities. But when you drive from one city to the other, you're going to notice that there's a lot of area. I mean, if you've ever driven, anywhere, you're going to see there's a lot of space. So what do you mean there's an overpopulation and there's an overcrowding? Why don't they ever finish statements logically and say in major cities?
Not just everywhere in the world.
Yeah, because that's not true. If you've been anywhere in the world, you're going to notice that, it's a lie.
Oh yeah.
There's a ton of empty spaces all over the place.
Oh yeah. One of the places that I noticed that was the greater Phoenix area, and then the outskirts of Las Vegas, which would be Henderson. Every time that I go to Henderson to visit family, there's more homes, there's more businesses, and it's booming. And then you go to the other side of Las Vegas and it's still booming. And now going back to Phoenix, that there's Avondale, there's other cities, Glendale. It's and even within those same little cities, it's still growing and growing and growing. And yet, our generation, not a bunch of us had a bunch of kids.
Yeah, I mean, if you've gone anywhere in the world, you're going to see that. If you go to Canada and you travel the entire place, you're going to realize that it's mostly empty space. I remember when I was in Europe and I took a train from Germany to Italy and I rode right past Austria and beautiful lands, very green, lots of mountains, tons of open space, nobody around anywhere for a long time. Even in places like New Mexico, where it's just an amazing flat space, it's beautiful land. There's a ton of space where there's nobody to be found anywhere.
That's true. No, New Mexico's not really talked a lot about.
My point is, don't believe everything you hear. Most of the shit that gets told to us by random people we've never even met is a lie. It comes from the box, the black box, which, by the way, if you turn off the television, it is a black mirror. Just realize that. It's not telling you the truth. It's not there to really help you or anyone. It's there to program you with the latest bullshit. Speaking of latest bullshit, uh, Nintendo Nintendo Switch 2 games are apparently going to cost about 90 fucking dollars because reasons. Um, the games are going to be, let's see, a full HD 1080p on the handheld, and all the way up to 4K like regular PlayStation, Xbox games. But now it's Nintendo, so cough up, I guess.
Pony up the
Um,
money.
except they're charging you $90 for games you've already played on the Switch just so you can get an upgraded version of it. It doesn't come with anything extra. It's not even going to come with the added DLCs like Zelda Breath of the Wild will cost $90 so you can play it on the
Without the
Switch
DLC.
too without the DLC. You would at least expect it to come with the DLC, but no. Fucking Nintendo thinks they're too good, and fuck Americans, they love us. They pay. Love us with money. And that's the only form of love they want. Um I'm not excited for the Switch 2 at all. The only thing that made me a little excited for the Switch 2, well, a few things, but I'm gonna. It turns out it's not worth it. So the Switch 2 will have the ability to play GameCube games. So we'll get to maybe play Zelda and
Twilight Princess.
no,
Best game. Aw.
no, the other one, the cartoon one.
Oh, Skyward. No, wait, not Skyward Sword. Wind Waker.
Yeah, that one.
Aw, such a cool, cute game.
When Wind Waker came out, I remember thinking, well, I don't give a shit about this game. It just didn't aesthetically, it didn't remind me of Ocarina of Time, Twilight of the Princess. That's what it was called. The other one.
Yes, Twilight Princess is one. The other.
So Twilight Princess did interest me. That one looks, it is, it resembles a little bit. It makes you think of Ocarina of Time. It's not so different like Wind Waker that it turns me off to it.
The other one would be Majora's Mask, which is like the continuation of Ocarina of
Yeah,
Time.
of
But
course.
then that's one of the alternative timeline, because Twilight Princess is another alternative timeline.
I fucking hate that about Zelda.
Yeah, there's so many
It's
timelines. It just
I
jumps from one
honestly I
to
was thinking
another.
about this the other day. I was thinking how cheated we all have been who were fans of Ocarina of Time and wanted to see the next fucking chapter to see what the fuck happens next. Okay? Does Ganondorf come back? Uh does Link get with Zelda? Majora's Mask as a follow up was fine. It was great. It was fun. It was interesting, mysterious. A lot like Ocarina of Time. Not better, not equal, but a nice little follow up. You know, to keep fans waiting for the real continuation that never fucking came. Uh, Wind Waker. I've never played it, but I guarantee it's as fun as I'm sure it is.
It is
It's
fun.
not going to be what I've been wanting, which is a sequel to Ocarina of Time. It's just going to be, hey, you like these characters? You like this world? Well, here's another adventure. But there's no continuation. You're not building on anything. You're reinventing it and regurgitating the same shit in a different manner.
Wait, Skyward Sword, the
Okay,
prequel.
so Skyward Sword, I've heard, is a prequel,
Mm-hmm.
and that one is more satisfying. I own this game, and for some reason, I still haven't played it. I think what it was is decades later, now that I'm an old man, having to read the fucking game like a book is a bit of a turnoff, knowing that, like, I could tolerate it when Ocarina of Time was new because that was the standard. Nobody else was really doing anything different. So that was fine. But now that video games are practically like realistic movies that you just get to control, having to read it is such a drag, especially for an older man like myself. I just want to enjoy the game. Don't make me read it. But fine, I'll put up with it if it's really, really worth it. And they added a new obstacle with Skyward Sword, which is the game mechanics. Like you can't just play it normally. You have to use the nunchucks or whatever you call those things so that you can like swipe at the air like you're playing pretend like I'm really using an invisible sword
Like Twilight Princess, you do play with the nunchucks.
in well, I haven't played that game.
Yeah. Oh, it's my favorite game of all time. And then Ocarina of Time.
You know, I wonder how much that game is on GameCube actually.
Oh, you'll love it.
I'm gonna look it up just so you know, because I found out that that Twilight Princess one,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was on GameCube as well.
Yeah.
And son of a bitch, that is insanely fucking expensive for a GameCube game. So it's over $100 disc only. It's $104.99 for the disc only.
It is a really good game.
That's stupid though. That's
I
a
mean,
shit.
the price, of course, it's ridiculously, insanely expensive.
I think at this price, I'd rather just watch a walkthrough on YouTube.
But you know what? It's also an underrated game. So those that actually do and have played,
Maybe that's because GameCube wasn't that attractive.
no, of course not. The Super Nintendo was attractive, and then the 64
What else is
was,
a cube, by the way?
huh?
What else is a cube?
The black box.
The black box. That's right. Black Rock,
Yes, there you go.
Saturn, Mecca, the
Jewish. There you go. Okay, thank you.
The Jewish
Jewish box. Yeah, the Jewish box that only men can go to.
But I mean, it's a representation of Saturn, which is Satan.
And then people kiss it. It's like, imagine how many people with bad breaths and infections kiss it, and then others going,
That's not as bad as what I heard that Indian people do today. I mean, I can't confirm this. I've never seen an Indian do this myself, so maybe it's all hearsay.
Maybe it's the street food in the less
well, they said
privileged areas.
The article that I read said that some of them were drink cow urine, and I swear it sounds like it's a lie, but I don't know. They drink cow urine, and no, their own urine, and they smear cow shit on themselves as a way to fight off COVID. So when COVID was happening, that's what they were doing as a prevention. Right. So I don't know who lied to them and told them that, just, have a party and shit.
Yeah. Add on those parasites, honey.
Just roll around and shit, and that's how COVID will be like, no, not this one.
We're not doing this today. India, not you. Not it.
Okay, so besides the GameCube angle for Switch 2, which is nice, and hopefully Twilight Princess will eventually come to that library on the Switch 2. Mm-hmm. The other thing I kind of liked is that Metroid 4 will be coming out. It will be a brand new Metroid game in a very long time, ever since I can't remember that last Metroid one, but I'm sure that one will be fun. But I think I can wait. I don't think I need a day one if that's the only draw. The other draw for me was the From Software exclusive, which is The Duskborn, directed by Miyazaki himself. I saw the commercial. It looked really cool. But then I found out that it's a PvP. It's not a one-player experience. It's a fighting game. You're going to be fighting different players. And I mean, that's a fun thing to do in the Dark Souls, Elden Ring games. But to make a game just about that and nothing else seems kind of boring to me.
So their expectation is for somebody to always be online, right?
Somebody to always be online. And that's I mean,
that's a bummer.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll be fun somehow, right? Because apparently it does have some kind of story. It's just it's an online game, If there's no one player experience, then you have to play it online at all times. There's nothing offline. And it's about fighting. I don't know. Maybe that guy Miyazaki knows how to do it right. But
they're gonna tell you to wait for a player.
Of course.
You go to the next level and you have to wait for someone. It's 3:00 where you're at, and it's everybody else that plays a video game. It's night.
But
that would suck.
As obscure as the From Software games were originally, because of Elden Ring, which sold about 36 million copies.
That was a great
the guy can do whatever he wants, and I think he's proven himself. I saw a couple of videos today from, I think it was 9 years ago, when the React channel, the React videos were actually good. I used to love the original cast. Everybody was so fucking human before everybody became retarded. and didn't know how to act right, didn't know what was.
What to do?
There's this comedian. Oh my god, I wanna I,
Go ahead.
I actually want to play this video, but it's his.
Oh,
So I mean, I don't know. He might
wait.
not mind. He seems to be pretty cool. He used to be cool.
It used to be cute.
Okay, there he is. What's his name? It's hold on. Okay, so I don't know if you heard, but my friend just said, "Oh, so hey, Robert." Okay, so his name is Ty the Fish. Okay, that's I don't know his name, but he's talking about trans. Hold on. Well, no. Yeah, let's play it. Let's listen to this. Robert De Niro's daughter came out as trans, and I said, "Oh, so she's gonna be a boy," and he was like, "No, no, no, that's transphobic. She came out as trans," and I said, "Well, if she's coming out as trans, then she's turning into a boy." He's like, "No, no, 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 dude." He goes, "You're being really, really offensive right now." He goes, "It was a he and is now a she," and I go, "Well, wait a minute. So he becoming a she isn't transphobic?" He's like, "No, no, he transitioned to a girl." I was like, "So he's a girl?" He's like, "No, no, she was always a girl." And I'm thinking, wait a minute. So if she was always a girl and was born a girl and felt like a girl, then you can't transition into a girl. You're just a girl. You're a girl transitioning into a girl. And it's like, no, no, you're being really offensive. I was like, no, you're being retarded. And now I feel fucking insane, and we've gotten nowhere. And so that's why Trump won. That was Tyler Fisher, stand-up comedian.
That's exactly how I feel about a relative of mine.
Well, I mean, I think that's exactly how a lot of people in the country feel because it was stupid for a long time. Even Leonardo Joni was commenting on how the UK passed a bill or a law that biological women are women are the only ones that can be considered women. And she concluded with, you know, they needed to pass a law to tell us what we fucking already knew hundreds of years ago. Thousands of since the beginning.
So biologically, you are now known as a woman because you were born a woman.
Duh, yeah.
They passed.
I didn't need a stupid law.
Yeah, you need a document signed. Oh my god!
I wish somebody would have
smacked
them. Just shit on these puppet assholes. Like, we don't need your fucking law to tell us the obvious. But thanks.
Thank you for letting me know I'm a woman.
But I guess, I mean, we don't need to be told that for us who are normal. For people that are stupid, I can only imagine how worse their psyches became. Their mental stability must have become in these stupid years. I don't know, what was it, 4 or 8 years that I think 4 that as a society we were being obligated to participate in someone else's delusional disorders. And so they must have felt so fucking validated by, yay, everyone gets to play pretend with me. Now I can be angry if they don't play right on my fantasy. And yeah, we were obligated to put up with it under threat of violence, under threat of being put in jail, being canceled. So it was really stupid. And I remember really enjoying the React videos when the Fine Brothers, which are apparently monsters, the original cast was the best. I don't know how the fuck it got fucked up. I guess the Fine Brothers had to go because monsters. But whoever replaced them was not monsters, just stupid shit. and they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And I don't know. I have no idea why they have a ton of videos still, but they don't interest me. They don't fucking appeal to me. And I know that some rich asshole behind the React channel is probably saying to themselves, like, well, you're not our target audience. I get it. Only idiots, right? But fuck you. I like the original stuff, and that was better. That's my opinion. The new stuff is a failure. Let me tell you why I think it's a failure. Because it doesn't appeal to me, and therefore it doesn't appeal to everyone.
Yep.
You
Me
might
too.
think like, oh, well, again, we're not aiming it at you.
Oh,
You're not
you're
the
old
target
school.
audience. But the original show, the original React videos did appeal to everyone. So that to me is a clear success. Whereas the new shit alienates people and only targets a few people with bullshit. In conclusion, Switch 2 can fuck off. They really need to lower their stupid bullshit price. I don't know why the Japanese people at Nintendo got so excited to like we give them camera. It's like
Why?
why? Yeah, I mean
Mm.
that only makes sense if you can stream on Twitch or something like that, but you can't. So it's just so you could stare at other game players. I mean, not everyone has a ton of video game buddies that they want to just be staring at. And even if they did, why do they need your fucking camera when every piece of technology already has a camera? From your computer to your cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't need this fucking thing unless it was specifically to stream. Since Nintendo refuses for whatever gay reason I don't understand, then it's a moot point. It's pointless. I think it's just trying to cash in any which way they can. And obviously that's the one it is because of the whole $90 fucking games. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Not even PlayStation 5 or Xbox. No,
360.
the new
No.
one is
Oh,
Series X or
or something.
whatever.
Yeah. Those
Not
are
even
still
those games charge that much. And now you
no.
want to be like, they're charging
They have
they're
that
charging
gold membership.
$70. We charged $90. Make everyone think
Yeah.
it's like
Exclusive.
that stupid shit that I've seen talked about where you can't come into our club and it makes people want to come into the club more. You know, they'll
Mm-hmm.
intentionally there's some stories about clubs in New York or in other fancy places
Berlin.
where they'll open up the club but they don't know how to make it a big deal. So then what they'll do is they'll have a bouncer hold people in line at the door because they'll claim that only so many people can come in here and then you got to wait for them to leave. And then they'll let like a few people in there. The place is empty, but there's a ton of people at the door waiting to get in, all excited, thinking that this place is the shit when it's just shit. This is, I think, what Nintendo's doing with their $90 price tag. It's stupid and it doesn't make me want it more.
Yeah. No. That's true that they make it seem like they're super exclusive. You're just talking about that type of club. There's you reminded me of the what movie is it? You can't sit with us. Mean Girls. Everybody wants to sit with them.
You know, I saw that movie when it came out,
Me
but
too.
like
Yeah.
one time. I'm not really like a Mean Girl enthusiast. I
Oh,
saw it once.
I used to so much. Me and my friends back in 2003 when we were in high school.
It is a chick flick.
It is.
I mean,
It
that's
is.
normal.
Yeah, but pretty much Nintendo made the whole camera, everything's trying to be all exclusive. You can't sit with us type of vibe. That's how it feels like to me. Mean Girls type. But
That's probably what it is. I heard that there was a problem with Twitch. Somebody complained about something, and Nintendo just said, you know what, let's avoid the headache. Let's just not deal with them anymore. And bam,
goodbye.
the Twitch
Oh,
application was banned from
that
Nintendo.
really.
Yeah. So
That sucks.
they used to be cool, and
Yeah,
then if you look up the story, it's like something really stupid, and Nintendo's just like, never mind. Like very cowardly. Like I don't even want to deal
wow.
with it. Fine.
Don't speak to me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You insolent.
Right.
Wow.
If they act like that in public, just imagine how they look at American customers. Except you don't even need to go that further. You don't need to look that further into it. You just look at the announced price tag.
Imagine
$90. That's all.
imagine the phone calls they'll get from Americans. Nintendo gets phone calls as soon as they hear that. Hi, this is Click American. He's American. Hang up the call.
Gaijin.
Hang up the call. Hang up the call.
Gaijin. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what they call
Oh
us.
man. Then yeah, just we're they're gonna literally call us Karens and Kyles or whatnot.
No, no, they're gonna. I saw today. I can't remember. Oh, it was in a Leonardo Joni video because she's awesome. She was talking about this this story in Britain
Uh-huh.
of an Indian lady from India who is like a major news
Anchor.
anchor woman,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And the bitch is complaining about racism and nationalism being a problem in England because a British guy was waving a British flag, and she's like, "That right there, that's that's racism." You know, she said that the flag itself is racist because it's not inclusive, because it doesn't represent India. Like she's the foreigner there, and I
Wow.
get that she's lived there her entire life, and she's randomly proud to be an Indian, even though she doesn't really know India. Like she went to India just so she could take some fucking selfies. She filmed a video and saying like, "When I'm here, I feel at home, but when I'm over there, I don't. I feel like a foreigner." And like Leonardo Joni said, it's because you are a
A
foreigner.
foreigner. Yeah.
She's just lying. She's lying saying that it's so great in India, but I I agree 100% with Leonardo Joni saying that I can't wait for extreme the extreme right, because we just have far right. We don't have extreme
Extreme
right
right.
yet. For the extreme right to come out to have had enough and say, "Okay, you don't like it here so much, we're going to deport you over there. You know, you can go over there. You're not welcome here."
There's so many people with their 3 seconds of fame that they're looking for. Wow, this
Because
sounds like
she said if we don't,
wow.
then the bad guys are going to win. They're just going to wipe out white people, and we'll all be dead, and then it won't matter.
Man, gosh, that's dumb. That's no. I'm sorry. I'm still kind of stuck with the Indian woman making that inclusive.
No, yeah, they know how to work the system with the words that we all grew up hearing as, like the worst possible thing you could be called in America is a racist.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that term gets weaponized and used against simple minded people who have
So
good hearts. And all of a sudden, they're people are self sabotaging themselves, trying to prove that they're not racist.
yeah, they sound racist. Like, who cares if he had the flag? He's happy to have the flag. Probably has family from there. Maybe he was born from there. Who cares? I mean, just be a
Yeah, he's
bystander and walk
British.
away. Walk away. Well, what's your problem?
They were in
But you,
they were sitting down on TV. I don't know. It looked like some kind of an interview or a discussion, but then the one guy starts waving the flag, and then she's just like using.
as an
I
example
really
of
think that her bosses, her handlers, pretty much told her like, okay, so
started
we're
that.
gonna push for taking over England, but we're not gonna do it, with fighting. We're just gonna do it with manipulating. We're gonna call them all racist until they let us take over the fucking country. And now they're even trying to change the flag, I mean, clearly that's what they want to do since they're complaining about it and pointing it out that it's not inclusive enough for them.
That's so ridiculous. Walk away. What's your problem? Like, let people be. I'll be on my merry way. Excuse me.
I also I have a theory when it comes to the AI programs, which is I'm sure you've heard of this, that they can't get fingers right.
Oh yeah, they have what, six fingers, 10, and it's all deformed, and that's like part of the area. Or they have, for example, two left feet.
Okay. So honestly, that's a fucking lie. Like that's done on purpose, okay? But it's being done so much that people flat out believe it, and so people will now honestly be looking for fucked up hands, fucked up fingers, or whatever in order to confirm if it's AI or not.
Wow.
Do you understand
Yeah,
now
yeah,
how
yeah,
easy it would be to actually fake shit using AI, but as long as the fingers are okay, then no, clearly that's not AI because everybody knows that AI can't fucking get fingers right. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. But little shit like that, people won't even pay attention and notice, like, I wonder
yeah.
if they could weaponize this stupid little story and now put out a ton of fake shit
Hmm.
and nobody can see it because the fingers are all right. The fingers are normal. Clearly, AI had nothing to do with this.
Oh gosh. Just now I'm wondering if that penis rocket has
Oh, when it was up in
deformities.
space, a ton of people were like, that's AI. That's
No,
CGI.
right,
That's
right,
CGI.
right. But I mean, because of the AI, how long ago was this about the six fingers? Like in 2021, 2022?
It feels like it's been not that many
Yeah,
years.
not that
I
long
think
ago. But it,
I think it was just a few years ago
mhm.
that they were acting like, oh, AI, we've come a long way, but it still looks like a fucking nightmare on acid. But you know, they couldn't wait. They couldn't contain themselves. Like, no, no, let's just do it faster. And now it looks like it's real,
Mhm.
which I don't know if you know, but I've said before that Dragon Ball Super, which was one of my all-time favorite series, the anime, used fucking AI technology on some of those fight scenes. They weren't drawings, okay? And of course, when I first saw it, I didn't know that. I just thought, it looks really good, but weird and different. Those fighting moves and stuff. And then I saw years later, many years later, I saw what AI looks like. And I've actually seen the entire series in its entirety about 3 or 4 times. So I know what I'm talking about. It's the same fucking thing. It's the exact same fucking thing, which means that if you can consider this um, the AI technology that everyone takes for granted, they've had it for a lot longer than you think. Okay, and I'm thinking a very long time. They just kept it to themselves, and
Yes.
you have no idea
Or they labeled it
how
as
they used it.
CGI.
Right, exactly.
Oh, Shrek. The Shrek movies. That they all digitalized, and oh, it's CGI effects, and it's more of like, well, there's certain scenes and certain movements that kind of look pretty AI.
No, yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet, of course.
I love
But
Shrek.
even though we all kind of internally know that they've had this technology for, let's say, hundreds of fucking years, if not thousands, it was incredibly evident if you look at the series and the fight scenes before they get their fucking hands on it and update it, and then you'll never be able to see it. It's the exact same technology that was used to make those fight scenes in Dragon Ball Super. it's undeniable. I mean, if you put it side by side, 100 of the AI videos next to that show, you'll see it immediately. So even if you don't believe that they had it for hundreds of years, you can flat out see the hard evidence by comparing those two things. And you'll see that they lied about how long they've had it. They lied, especially the people that run the animes, the shonen jumpers, those people, the what is the anime company? Toy? Something like that. There's like a cat and a happy little noise at the beginning. That company. They're all bad guys. They're all full of shit. And from reading the Gnostic texts, I can honestly see clearly that most of the manga material, which I love, most people love, and they're going to hate hearing this, but it's directly based on the Gnostic texts, which you might think like, that's strange, something connected to the Bible. Yeah, it is fucking strange, but it is. If you read as much manga as I have and you read the Gnostic text, you're going to see it immediately.
Yeah, like the Jesus Christ, when he was born, he's compared to Goku. And then you, what's the other character? The other anime?
You're not a Dragon Ball fan, are you?
No, no, you mentioned it once.
Naruto.
Naruto. Yes, thank you. I'm like thinking you mentioned it some time ago.
Yeah, Japanese Harry Potter.
And yes, there you go. And Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Jesus Christ.
No,
But
the
yeah, no.
Jesus Christ Superstar is going to be that
I
disgusting
know,
looking
I
bald
know.
black piece of shit from
Oh yeah, that's true. It
that
has a.
garbage
Is it all black
Ariana
cast?
Grande Wicked movie. What?
Is it an all black cast or just the main character?
You know what? If it was an all black cast, I wouldn't mind. I'd be like, okay, that's what they want to do. But
Mm-hmm.
no, I guarantee you it's not.
Oh, okay.
They're just, see, the sole purpose of replacing characters like the Little Mermaid or Velma. Who else are they trying to replace? But you know what I mean. They're replacing
Yeah.
a lot of characters with black people, and it seems to be for no apparent reason except to prove that they're not racist and just to sort of sniff out, dig out the real racists, anyone that complains.
Diversity. Sprinkle some diversity.
But it's already racist in nature because indirectly, directly, it's pretty much admitting that you can't come up with a good original character of your own. Like, I saw the movie with Michael B. Jordan called Sinners. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically about proving how white people are devils or vampires or just evil and black people aren't. But at least those were original characters, and the movie was well acted and done well. I prefer that.
Something original.
Yeah, even if it's gonna
Not a
be all
remake.
about pointing out how white people are evil, then the other stupid shit. Like
Yeah.
Snape has to be black,
Oh yeah, you
otherwise.
did tell me that. I was like, no. No, why? Don't change it. Just leave it the way it is and create other characters. Yeah, I agree with you.
Just do what friggin' Todd McFarlane did. He came up with Spawn, story about a soldier that killed for a living, but he got killed in one of his missions and went to hell, and he wanted to come back and be with his wife, so he sold his soul to the devil. He came back, but the devil tricked him. It was 5 years later, only to see that his wife already moved on and married his best friend and had a little child with him. That's awesome. That's a fucking story. Or even Luke Cage, Power Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was experimented on in prison. They gave him the skin of a rhino, and I can't remember what else. And so now bullets bounce off of him, and he decided to take this ability on the road and make some money off of it. I mean, there's there's stories, or T'Challa, with the Black Panther. There's stories there. You can come up with original characters,
Mm-hmm.
and people will like them because anything done sincerely and with passion will be a will attract people, you know, and anything not done sincerely and with passion will repel.
It'd be pretty controversial as well. The whole well, the remakes that have different types of.
No, but see, that's the
Uh,
point. They're trying
it's so
to
annoying
bother
though.
people.
It's
That's
like
the point.
yeah, and it's
Even
like
DJ Peach Cobbler,
oh,
he,
he's
he
funny. He's
made a
awesome.
video about it. He fucking said, I implore you not to care because that's what they want. They're daring you to be bothered by it so they can call you a fucking racist.
Oh, then woo, man.
So we're falling for it. We're doing exactly what they
They
want.
want. Yeah, they're getting a rise out of us.
Negative energy. They know how to tap into that.
Yeah.
It's their food.
Well, they should come up with different characters rather than a remake.
Well, then that would require passion and sincerity, and they're not. They don't have passion, and they're never sincere. That's the real reason why they're not coming up with black characters, because there's no reason not to. There's no reason to usurp and replace established characters. That's just fucking stupid. I don't. I don't. From comments I've read, most black people don't feel great when a character that even they loved growing up is getting changed. It's not the same anymore. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
make more black characters if you want. Just do it sincerely. Otherwise, it's stupid.
Like yeah, like Adam's Family. Why?
What about the Adams Family?
I mean, I like the Adams Family and
Oh,
Adams
you
Family
mean
values.
the Netflix bullshit where they're all
Yeah,
Mexican
they're
Mexican
Latino,
Adams Family?
Latino. You could call it. Yeah, you're from El Salvador, Mexican. Where are you from? Chile, Mexican. I know what you mean. I'll show you the video.
I didn't see that.
It's some guy. It's some guy that opens up a beer and he's like, there's a truck behind him and he just yells out, "Oh, so you're Mexican?" And that's all the video is like a repeat of that. So then it says, when I tell somebody where I'm from, and then El Salvador, and you hear the guy go, "Oh, so you're Mexican?"
So there's a ton of Latinos
Yeah.
from a ton of South American countries. There's how many?
Oh,
Argentina, Chile,
Chile, Uruguay,
Colombia,
Paraguay,
Peru, Brazil,
ajá, Argentina, espérate, okay,
Honduras.
ajá, Honduras, Venezuela, Colombia.
Colombia.
Oh, you did, and then the islands,
Panama,
Guayana, Guiana. Remember?
There's the Dominicans.
No, they're Caribbean. They're not. No, they're not South America. They're Central.
No, yeah, I know, but I'm talking about Latinos.
No, yeah, and then there's the Central Americans, like El Salvador.
I hate that term, Central America, because it's confusing. It's confusing. It's like that's not a continent. That's just a section. Why? Nobody else goes.
Belize is considered Central America. Belize, me too. Belize, and then what's the other one? They're all like Mayan descendants. Like the empires from Belize. Oh, it's like Mexico ends in Yucatan, and then it ends, and then all of a sudden it's like what's the next country? I don't know if it's. I always call it Salvador. But yeah.
But the point is,
Central America.
Even if Argentina and Chile, they're fucking rich, and Brazil is like the popular destination to go down there because I don't know.
Uh, Uruguay, which is
It
Argentina's
seems that the
Canada.
most famous of all the Latinos when it comes to the Americas is Mexico.
Of course. And you're
So
yet and
that's
then
gonna probably
no,
be the
and
reason
then
why people go Mexican.
Mexico to an Argentinian, and they're like, no, but
You
yeah,
all speak Spanish. You're
no,
Mexican.
like no. There's. I think I even told you like one of the cuss words that it's different in Peru.
Well,
But if I say it, you'll understand it
the
because you speak Spanish.
majority of them speak
They
Spanish.
do.
I think it's only a few, very few, that speak French, and even fewer that speak Portuguese.
Yeah, like Argentina has a lot of Italians, and so they do have Italian words
Oh, no
in there.
wonder.
That's why it's so nice out
Did you
there.
know that every citizen from Argentina and Chile can just walk into the United States, like cross the border,
Yeah,
just walk in there, just
normal,
just
no problem.
because I was born. Unlike the people in Mexico that
Even
need a
Peru,
fucking
no?
visa. I
I
don't
think
know.
Peruano. Yeah, I think
I
them
just know
too.
those two places.
There's a lot of Peruvian people I know that they've been in the United States forever, and you'll think that they're Mexican, and they're not. They just adapted to it. But yeah, that's. But yeah, there's a lot of Italian ancestry in Argentina.
So I looked up news. Uh, some of the people that I used to be a fan of, especially because they've had like giant controversies. Marilyn Manson news. I think it was like 5 years ago. I can't really remember. Rachel.
The ex-wife.
No, they weren't married. The chick that was in Westworld started
Why
an
is
indie movie called 13 about how normal it is when you're a fucked up 13-year-old. I think I saw that movie once. I can't remember a damn thing because it wasn't memorable. Um, but yeah, she accused him of rape, I guess.
I thought they were married.
You're thinking of Dita Von Teese.
No, he
Married
did
Dita Von
marry. I
Teese.
could have sworn he did marry that. She's like around my age. Rachel. Oh, she's really pretty. Well, yeah, but so okay, so she accused him of rape.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a fucking lie. Like already, some of the other women that were coming out, like, yeah, me too. One of them, I think it was like four of them. One of them flat out said under oath, like, I'm gonna pull out of this because I lied.
Mm-hmm.
Like that chick from Westworld, she made me do it.
Is it Evan Rachel Wood?
Evan, Rachel. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, that she started one of
So,
the porn videos or one of those videos.
so she actually put out an Instagram post, I think, saying that so she talked about her attacker, and she wrote an article about it. She was talking about Marilyn Manson, referred to him as, and then in a post, the bitch just dropped the bomb and said, "And his name is Brian Warner," which is his name. And that was right before a ready set documentary got sold to HBO and released about her experience being a survivor. So the bitch did it on purpose, and that's why nobody wanted to.
Her career was
fuck with
killed.
her again because
Yeah.
that's so stupid. Not only is Marilyn Manson a Freemason Satanist, and they get away with everything, but you're not supposed to say shit like that if it's not true. I know it's real easy to believe that, because he's all fucked up, he could have done it, and I don't believe that he's a fucking innocent angel. I know the guy loves his cocaine, loves everything fucked up, pretty much. He loves his Nazi memorabilia, loves doing everything that would not be conducive to a proper lifestyle.
Mm.
So yeah, it's right up his alley to do all kinds of fucked up shit. But I think that his style of fucked up shit is more of convincing, um, coercion, not not forcing. And then the woman has to be a fucking adult and take some responsibility. Like I understand that people are too not letting random citizens get away with shit if they're a man and a woman is complaining. This guy has money. He has money, and therefore he can afford to have his lawyers, his well-paid lawyers, speak logic court, which is almost unheard of, but it always happens when it comes to rich people. The logic does dictate that these women are adults.
That's sad though. Getting accused of something you didn't do just because the other person is being petty, resentful,
Petty, resentful.
and trying to seek vengeance just to hurt you, just to hurt your not only your personal image, you on the inside, but like publicly. It's like why? Why go through all that hassle? Like okay, you don't. He doesn't want to be with you. You don't want to be with him. Whatever the case is, just drop it. Like move on.
I think that Evan Rachel Wood was riding this wave that started with
Yeah.
the hashtag Me Too movement.
I thought that was done by Corey Feldman. I thought he's the one that started with the Me
Not to
Too.
my knowledge.
No, I could have
To my
sworn it
knowledge,
was
it was Rose McGowan.
right, but he did speak
Okay,
about
so
that's something else.
let's pretend that he did
Mhm.
start it. Nobody gave a fuck. I mean, sorry, Corey Feldman. I know you were a child actor in Hollywood and a whole bunch of fucked up stuff probably happened. And I'm not saying I personally don't care. I personally do care. I'm saying that as a whole, because you're a man, a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, that's tough. And leave it at that. Whereas Rose McGowan says, Harvey Weinstein licked my pussy and I froze and I just pretended I was jizzing myself and but really I didn't want to and it's horrible and then he paid me lots of money so I wouldn't say anything and then I didn't. What? The Me Too movement was started by Tarana Burke, a community organizer and activist. First used the phrase "Me Too" in 2006 within her own organization and worked with young women who had experienced violence. Fine. So Tarana Burke, whatever, she came up with the phrase or the
Yeah, the
term
phrase.
"Me Too," but I don't think that that's what actually gained enough traction
Yeah.
to flip Hollywood upside down. That seems to me to have been started with Rose McGowan.
Yeah.
And then she shaved her head all bald and looked weird as fuck. And she published a book called Brave.
Wow. Wow.
And then I remember when that shit was going on and she was doing like somebody, I don't know, I guess maybe Harvey Weinstein's men, sent a transgender, transsexual man to her book reading that was starting to like ask her all fucked up questions in front of everybody, like, what about the trans community? I can't remember. I'm paraphrasing. It was years ago, but he really pissed her off, and then she sounded belligerent. She was so pissed off. I wonder if that's even still available online. Erased it like they usually do. Anyways, so years later, after the whole accusation of Marilyn Manson,
Mm-hmm.
the guy pretty much went into hiding. So the cops went to his house. He just didn't answer the door, and he lives in a fucking mansion, of course. Um,
Ding, ding.
so he didn't answer the door. The cops didn't have a warrant, so they had to fuck off, which is great for him, I guess. And then he just let put out a statement as well, and he just said like, whatever I do with consenting adults, it's I think a lot of people are confusing my art with my personal life, and he flat out basically said they're lying. But then he didn't do anything, and the company that was sort of paying for his albums and shit, and paying for him to tour, they dropped him from their label, and it just seemed like nothing was happening with him. But as far as the as far as professionally, but legally, nothing was moving forward. It was just a ton of he said, she said, and slinging shit and accusations.
That's
And so the guy was out of work. For some reason, this is odd. Then all of a sudden, Justin Bieber wears a Marilyn Manson shirt. Then all of a sudden, Kanye West decides that he's going to have Sunday Mass or some stupid shit like that, and he invited Marilyn Manson to his Sunday Mass. And he also invited Justin Bieber, who didn't know that Marilyn Manson was going to be there. So there's this really weird fucking picture of Kanye West standing next to
I can't
Marilyn
imagine
Manson and Justin Bieber. So Justin Bieber seems to have lost his mind if you've seen his recent post.
Oh Lord, yeah, it's too much right there.
So I don't know what happened in these 5 years to Justin Bieber, but it doesn't seem like
They've been
it's
good to him.
anything good.
Yeah.
It seems like he's drugged. From his last post, he looked drugged as fuck. I don't know on what. I don't know what makes you look like stupid as fuck, but it could be anything. I don't know. I'm not a drug person. Um, so charges were dropped. I think maybe Manson must have done something because he was also it seems like offering to pay off Evan Rachel Wood so she can fuck off. And Evan Rachel Wood seems to not responding to the offer. But Marilyn Manson has a label once again, and he's touring once again. And during these 5 years, he actually lost all the pig weight. He is a skinny motherfucker once again, which is awesome for him. Although, now that I know that the demons like to wear people's skin and shit, if you look at the new Marilyn Manson, it's there's something there's something really off about him, and it looks like, oh, he's not him anymore. I don't know. You can look up pictures of him and
Are they also going
judge
to
it for
compare him
yourself.
to the substance or whatever it is happening?
The substance, yes, of course. That's why
Yeah.
they put out stupid shit like that, where they have what's that one chick from Groundhog who has the cute daughter that we saw? You know what I'm talking about? The dancer,
Ah, the
Andy, Andy
Andy
McDowell,
McDowell. Her daughter is the she's gorgeous. I love her. What's her name? I just
something, something.
something in the month of May.
Well, the
Yeah.
daughter was in Kinds of Kindness, and she is also in that Demi Moore movie called The Substance, where I haven't seen
Margaret
it.
Qualley.
An interesting name. I have not seen The Substance because it does not look like my cup of tea at all. So Demi Moore is like naked throughout this movie. I don't know why, because I haven't seen this movie. But Demi Moore is in her fucking late 60s, I think. Um, Looking at her leathery body naked is not a turn on. You know what? It wasn't a turn on in the fucking 90s when she was naked in striptease
Tease.
and her giant implants were just so ugh. And now I think the lady overly tans, so her body really looks leathery. I mean, it doesn't look attractive. I mean, I guess for her age, she looks good, but not that good.
I liked her in Ghost.
Yeah, I liked her
That's
in everything she did when she
except
was human.
yeah,
You know,
no, the Ghost movie. She seemed more natural.
I liked her in Ghost. I liked her in the Chevy Chase movie, Nothing But Trouble. I mean, great in a bunch of movies. She was great in Disclosure,
Mm-hmm.
a movie where finally they show that the other way around happens as well, where women actually sexually harass men at work
Which
as
is
well.
true. Which is
Right.
true.
So I think that's why I have a special place in my heart for that fucking movie because it's one of one movies saying that hey, this shit happens to men too.
Yeah, nobody likes to talk about that or make it seem real. I've seen it in my eyes. I've had friends and relatives have mentioned it. How annoying it feels. And they stopped making little jokes and little jabs here and there towards women at work because of the way that certain women have made them feel. Gosh.
How do you deal with the drinking?
I feel awesome.
Sugar in the wine is
Oh, I was sweating earlier.
I was
Funny.
not sweating.
I did at first when I started drinking. I'm like, why am I sweating? What's up with this?
Okay, first of all, we're in a tiny room and we have the air turned off because
The noise.
would be nice. Machine would make a ton of noise. Maybe the noise wouldn't be that bad. Maybe fuck it.
Turn it on.
Maybe if you listen to this episode
Of air.
for over an hour and a half, you won't mind.
Oh wow.
The sound can't be that bad, especially because these are basically like miniature shotgun microphones.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
did tell me
recording where you're pointing it at. Okay, so and you can even see right here.
that. Mm-hmm.
You can see all those lines. That means that it
It
is
is.
picking up what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Hey, this is my first podcast ever
Your life.
in my life.
Oh wait. do the voices you know how to make.
Oh no. Let me see because you're putting me on this.
Do 3 voices.
Yeah, I can only
she
do
loves
that.
Doing a ton of voices, but
they're horrible.
Only 3 of them are very good.
What is it? Peter. Peter.
Yeah,
the other one is woo happy. Woo what chocolate.
Ew. So that was Boo from Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
No, but okay, so your lowest sounds perfect, but can you do more lines other than just Peter?
Peter. It's been years since I've tried to kind of. I think it's just that I could just do the Peter.
Really, no Chris,
no
Meg,
Chris,
no Brian,
Meg.
no Stewie.
What was the other one? Bonnie. No, not really.
Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie, Joe's wife. Joe, quadriplegic. Joe.
No, I know who it is.
Bonnie.
Bonnie in real life was
the Chucky.
Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah, I'm like Chucky's bride. Or, yeah. I like her.
I don't think she's always. I don't know. I've stopped watching.
Many years ago, because it's not. Yeah, it wasn't the same. I agree. No.
I mean, I never stopped liking Family Guy. I know every time I saw Family Guy, I always thought this is funny. It just wasn't. I don't know. There was nothing there that pulled me back to like want to watch more. Like I can't say that. Oh, this is boring. Yeah. It's stupid, but it's always been funny. It's just never the quality or whatever it is, the dynamic, the formula. It doesn't really work for me to pull me in. Even though I know that whenever I did see it, I always enjoyed it, and it was crapshoot when it comes to Family Guy. Like sometimes it was
Really
extremely funny and
funny.
memorable,
Yeah.
and those jokes stayed with me forever. Like Chris coming into Peter's room in the middle of the night, and Peter's terrified of him, and then Chris
the
is in the shadows, and
Because the
he gets
monkey.
really close to Peter, and he sort of touches the side of his face with the back of his hand.
Oh my god, I remember. Peter's
like
terrified.
and he's like, yeah. And then
And another.
Chris makes the he does Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yeah.
Voice. He's like,
He starts dancing with the. What is he wearing? Like a.
well, that's the movie, but
Yeah, but he does it also in that scene. He starts dancing to that song, the
really?
horse, something horses, and he starts. Yeah, he does that same scene, and then when he does that deep face, and he's all like naked, and he starts going like that. Remember now?
Well, no. I mean, I remember from the movie, but no.
No, yeah, in the cartoon, like the Peter, he did do it.
Is that my table? Are you breaking my table?
I didn't break your table. I pulled this, but it's fine. You want to check it out? Want to check it out? See?
Be careful.
It's a fine. I got too carried away, guys. He lucky like a man. Miss Swan. Mad TV.
5 years ago, I tried HBO, which is now
TV.
Love that. I was a big fan of the original.
Me too.
I think the only reason why I stopped watching changed the cast that I look forward to seeing. I didn't know anybody on that show, and I just stopped watching it, kind of for some reason, thinking in the back of my head, or it's fine. It'll still be there. It's like Saturday Night Live, better even.
I thought it was better. Like
Yeah.
I when they started bringing in Key and Pew, they were the new cast along with the Angela Johnson, Bonquiqui.
I can't remember who's who.
Bonquiqui
Yeah,
was
was
the Chola.
great new
girl.
ones that didn't
She's
get
funny
enough
though.
attention as much as I wished. And I saw them in movies or in shows or whatever, and they were great.
Yeah.
Like I think there was that one chick that was in who did the Britney Spears skit. She was really funny.
The blonde one.
She was also in Epic Movie, and she was from that new cast of Mad TV, and I didn't get to see her very character driven.
You know who also was really great, but I also haven't seen any much of them. Aries Spears.
Oh yeah,
he was original.
No, yeah, he was in the original.
And there's not a lot of stuff about him.
He was in the John Leguizamo movie. And after that, he got bad and went into
Oh.
And I don't know. But yeah, it's probably because of all the Hollywood stress shit.
Yeah.
You know, where he's trying and it's going nowhere, and they make him jump through hoops, and now you got to wear a fucking dress, and now suck me off, and it's just like no,
horrible.
No, and then they're like, well, you know, that's what it takes to work in a business.
That's funny. I have that mental image of that. I forget the comedian's name. She did the Whitney Houston impression.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
she's
she's great. She
funny.
still works.
Yeah, she's hysterically funny.
I mean, I wish she would. More.
There's
She
an
was,
episode.
and she's one of the original cast.
Yeah, her. I've seen her do a couple of things, and then she did the Oprah Winfrey that
She's
you get a
lucky.
prize, you
She's
get a prize.
lucky that she's black, and I know that there's a bunch of people that be like, "That's racist for pointing out the truth." But you know what? Deborah Wilson.
Probably.
She is a super mega talent, but you're not gonna fucking convince me that all the other people on that TV.
Oh, what's his name? The Stewie, was it his name Stewie or
yeah,
in the diaper?
he came out as a gay guy in the Halloween movies.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Just so he can get killed.
Him and then I mean I just did her voices of this one and what's her name?
Well, I mean
Stein. Yeah, her, but
she was even in
Alex Borstein or Bornstein.
She was even in the Resident Alien.
Hey, Bobby Lee.
He's still active.
Oh no, I love Bobby. I love Bobby Lee, and then his podcast, and then with Theo, and I forgot the other guy's name. That
he doesn't make a podcast. It's some other guy. Theo makes his own.
Yeah, he has his own podcast, but he's always coming out in the podcast with Theo, and it's him, and then his other friend. He's super good friends with them. He's a redheaded guy, funny, super funny.
Yeah,
but I like him.
I should subscribe again. Last time I saw him, he was interviewing that Israeli kid.
Oh, the one that he puts people on the spotlight.
That interrupted the Game Awards when Miyazaki was getting an award for, I'm not sure if it was Elden Ring or Dark Souls 3 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But then he just started saying, like, I want to dedicate this award to my rabbi, Bill Clinton.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, I mean, he successfully became, a name, and he got his 15 minutes, and he successfully got me to look him up. But then he runs this bullshit kind of interview show where he has like a YouTube channel where he does an anti-interview.
Oh, like that interview we were watching about that, what is it, like an OnlyFans girl that she's going on, like she's so famous, everybody wants her.
Yeah.
What did he tell her?
From my uncle, Donald Trump.
Yeah, but what did he ask her?
Many stupid
the one was the books. Like, what book did you read or something like that?
You like books?
You like books?
You like books? And he always does this
with the lip. With the lip.
He puckers out his lips. So it sounds like maybe he's not from here, even though he grew up in the United States in L.A. Actually.
Are you serious?
He's making a character.
Oh, I thought he was from out there.
Actually thinks that Sacha Baron Cohen is a genius.
My hero.
Probably saw Borat on repeat and thought to himself, "I could do that."
Isn't he like 15? Well, he's what, 18 now, but wasn't he 15 when he started blasting people?
Well, before he
was pretty young.
He got notoriety because he was featured on a local news channel. Put some kind of report against a war or something. And so he was on the news as a child.
Oh.
I mean, he was like a little 10-year-old. Talking about political stuff, like real deep political topics.
Oh.
And by the way, he didn't sound that. Like he comes from somewhere else. He sounded like a regular Californian kid.
Jesus.
So I do think it has some Borat influence.
I feel like the way that he talks, because I used to think like, okay, he's from out there. Maybe he's rich. He's a rich kid. So is that the equivalent of the Valley accent for the Californians and
he's Jewish.
No wonder.
And since he's hiding who he really is, I don't know what kind of Jew. I don't know if he's an Israeli Jew. I don't know if he's an Ashkenazi Jew.
What type of Jew are you? Yeah.
So I don't think you're gonna find that information.
Well, I honestly thought, okay, well, the way he's
I
speaking,
think he's actually still a minor. He
or
might be 18 or 19
oh,
now, but he might.
he's
I don't
yeah,
know.
because he's not much
So
older
you're
than
really not going to find much information
about him.
that's not coming directly from him. You know, if he's not offering it, and he's not,
Yeah. Oh, gee. Well, I honestly thought he was probably 18 because I remember the interview he did, and he's burning
he might
that
be 18
girl.
by now, but
Yeah.
it's still too soon. Like most of this
Maybe he.
information
Yeah.
will go
Maybe he's
public.
17. Oh wow. Then in that case, he's not much older than my child. So yeah.
Yep,
Wow.
she should write him. See what he says. He might be like, "Well, hey, how's it going?" Or he might be, he might continue his bullshit facade character, like, "Hey,
Oh my
who are you?
god.
What do you
my
want?"
daughter my daughter has a specific kind of guys that she's seen that she'll say, "Oh, he's so attractive." But not to say he's so handsome. She watches what she says.
Well, the kid is not ugly. He
No.
looks very girly. I think it's more of this stupid character.
No, he seems like those want like I'm gonna be an alpha male type of kid. Like when I grow up, I'm gonna be an alpha male. Like he's looking forward to that.
You can just the household he grew up in.
Oh, the dynamic,
I
yeah.
mean, he is this rich kid, which more than likely. I wonder what his parents do, like lawyers,
Most likely in the legal
film
system.
producers.
No, or it could be that they own some type of financial company, so they're always surrounded by lawyers.
Yeah.
So that's why he has that portrayal of, uh, I'm looking forward to that type of life.
Well, something motivated him as a kid to.
I do notice that he doesn't let people talk.
But that's his shtick.
Yeah,
Fun.
yeah, most likely. But even not whatever show that he has. I didn't even know he had a show.
Yeah, it's a YouTube show.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know.
It's shit. What do you mean you didn't know?
I thought he was in like somebody that got invited.
Telling me about
but I didn't know it was him.
Where
yeah.
One chick he had around.
I didn't know that was his show. I thought he was a guest, just like she was in someone else's show. Literally, because I'm like,
but the host was just never there.
No, the host was just watching the whole thing just go down.
Okay.
Like, okay, cool, go, 1, 2, 3, fight, type. That's what I thought.
Would have been awesome when back when Eric Andre had a show.
Oh man, he's hysterically funny.
If he would have had the kid
on
the show, that would have been a great episode because he would have trolled the fuck out of him.
Yeah, he would have found.
Except, I guarantee that even if he would have invited him, the kid would have been like,
no. Yeah, not him.
What happens here?
Yeah, no, he was Eric Andre. It was something else.
But who knows? I mean, maybe the guy would have been like, "Yeah, they're gonna fuck with me, but I don't care. It's gonna be good for my show." So
bad publicity is good publicity. Is that the saying goes?
That's right. That is the saying that.
Bad publicity is good publicity.
Hollywood, probably.
Yeah, the Ziegler girl is one of them. There you go. Yeah, but yeah, you're right.
The other news of famous people that I used to look up to is Mr. Neil Gaiman, the amazing British author that wrote one of my favorite comic book series called Sandman. Then wrote the American bestseller American Gods, the Anansi Boys, and the Graveyard Book, among others. Neil Gaiman was accused of rape.
Oh, I did see that. Plastered on social media.
You know that bag that I have by the front door?
That's him, right?
Yeah,
that's him.
So his babysitter, I can't remember her name.
Blah, 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 blah.
She said, the first day I met him, he was in his jacuzzi and he's like, "Hey, come here." So I'm like, "Okay."
When she made him seem like it's the 1970s, and he's just like, "Hey," with a martini, or I don't know what they used to drink in the 70s, bourbon.
And I don't know how, but she basically said that, I just met this guy and he's already fingering me. Can you believe it?
Oh
The
God!
nerve of this guy.
The next moment, I said hi, and the next thing you know, his fingers are inside me.
Yeah.
Really?
So then they
That's
have,
horrible.
they start to fuck. They have a continuous sexual relationship throughout I don't know how long. And then she also points out that, well, this one time he's like, let me fuck you in the ass. And she's like, I don't know. And then he does it anyways with some butter because Marlon Brando in Last Tango in Paris. And then, he's like,
Butter.
lick it clean, bitch.
Gross.
And she said she could see the shit on his dick. And she made a comment. It's like, but there's shit on it. And he's like, don't.
Oh
Or
wow. So
something
so
like
she
that.
didn't have free will to say no and walk away from a pooped dick.
So she's not a minor, and she, whatever age she is, I don't care how old she was. If somebody tells you lick the shit off my dick, and you're like, well, I guess I have to, then you're an idiot. You deserve to gargle shit. That
Ooh.
is so stupid. Nobody could fucking make me do that. I'd be like, I guess you're gonna have to kill me if that's
Wait.
what you're if
Oh,
you're threatening to kill me if I don't suck the shit off your dick.
so okay.
Which,
So
by the way, he wasn't. So it's so stupid because there was no real threat except the threat of, oh no, will he be mad if I don't want to suck my own shit off of his dick? And then this guy who's rich and famous, I'll lose favoritism with him, and maybe I'll lose access to his money. That's the
am I
only
afraid
real
to lose
reason.
my job? And so I'll just go ahead and suck them off with my own
Oh
poop.
no, I'm gonna lose my job
But
where
this
every
that's
other
too. I
day I
mean,
get to eat my own shit
if
off of this old man's dick. I
I
don't want to. I don't want to
yeah,
lose
it's
that.
like you consented to having sex. You consented in having anal sex. If you're not even sure of it, don't say yes. Hey, I don't want to have sex. I don't have anal sex. Then don't have anal sex. But then the moment you say yes, it's like you already said yes. You can't take it back.
So, stupid people want to make the case that, yeah, but he's old and
Oh
she's young,
Lord.
and therefore the power is not in balance. Sure, I understand that. They're also going to say that she had more to lose, right? Because she was living in his home.
Mm-hmm.
She had one of those spare bedrooms or whatever.
She was a living nanny
Yes.
maid. Okay.
So
Oh,
that was her
she was
job.
afraid.
She had a place to live. The guy lives in a fucking fairy tale castle mansion, whatever the
Mm-hmm.
fuck. It was amazing. You don't want to lose this. I mean, let him fuck you a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much her subconscious, in my
But
opinion.
that's stupid. Like mixing sex with your business life. Like, come on, you're gonna really mix your just sex to please your boss? Like, no, you already knew the consequences of having sex with your boss. Trying to think, oh, I'm gonna one up, or maybe there's a possibility that we'll date. Like, really?
So she's stupid, but she's not
Yeah.
fucking retarded. She's like, I don't want to do this, but I guess I'm just,
Mm,
wait until I get another place,
another
wait
famous
until I get
actor.
another job, and then I'm really gonna complain about this. So it's not supposed to work that way. In the moment is when you get to choose,
Mm-hmm.
and then if the guy takes your choice, right? Because Neil Gaiman didn't grab the bitch and go like, "Look, bitch, I already told you, you're gonna suck this dick."
Oh Lord.
So he verbally said it without threats, without intimidation. I mean, yeah, I guess you would lose your job, and he's fucked up for that. But at some point, there has to be some kind of responsible your own accountability. You're
Mm-hmm.
responsible for yourself and your decisions, what you decide to do and what you decide to let happen. I mean, it was always an option to say to the guy,
No.
"Ew, fuck off. I'm
But,
out of
but
here.
not only
I'm gonna
that,
tell your wife."
don't start a sexual relationship with your bosses. You already know what the consequence is. So yeah, I think she's retarded. She didn't think that plan through, did she?
So apparently the bitch is stupid
Mm-hmm.
because even though this didn't happen a million years ago, and she clearly must have had a smartphone on her that could have just been recording this, maybe even recording video. She didn't have to spread legs. She could have just like, "Oh, you want me to do what? Say that again a little closer," and then suit the fuck out of him instead of like, "Oh, you want me to spread my legs like this?"
Oh gosh. Take a picture while you're at it.
It's stupid. So it's very. It would have been really a different story if she would have said, "He beat me. He threatened me. I was scared. He pretty much forced me." Shit like that. But no, the only story I'm hearing is I fucked this guy because I had my reasons of convenience.
Mm-hmm.
I regret it, and now I want him to be punished for it, which is stupid. So, in Neil Gaiman news, Neil Gaiman is fighting back. He is saying that he didn't do, you know, some of the stuff that he's being accused of. He didn't do that, and that he will be. I think he's countersuing. I'm not really sure there, but I think that's what I heard. It's been a while. I need to look that up again. But I mean, I know Neil Gaiman is a scumbag. I met him when I was 19, and the son of a bitch. I had my copy of Sandman #1 and Sandman #8, Dream and Death. I wanted him to sign it, and Dave McKean was there too, so that would have been amazing. He pointed out a chick with big tits who had a tattoo of one of his characters, Death, on one of her tits. He saw it, and of course, he was wearing the fucking dark sunglasses because he's too cool. Kind of reminded me of John Lennon, but douchey. And
Oh.
he pointed her out and said, "Come here," and he gave her an autograph. I thought, like, hey, maybe I can get one too. And I asked him for one, and he's like, no. And,
Oh, wow.
that was very disappointing when I was 19. Like, it didn't it didn't diminish the fact that I thought his stories were great, but it did diminish the fact that I no longer thought he was great. So yeah, he's a real scumbag for not for what he did to me. Like, I don't give a shit, but it's evident that this is something that he does in his life. He likes women. He likes women that like him. He likes women that are kind of sluts. I mean, no offense to his ex-wife that divorced him for being a sick bastard, because she's pretty sick too. She would partake, I think, in the affairs, which is why, which is probably why Neil Gaiman felt so chummy to just start fingering this woman upon meeting her, because she's just just another one of the chicks that his wife, the rock star, would bring home. So I think she's pretty fucking guilty there as well. She's trying to
Excuse
uh,
yourself.
wipe her hands clean of the whole
Mm.
situation by divorcing him. It seemed like I was a victim too, but fuck off. Look at some of her concert photos getting naked up on stage, and you'll see that psycho bitch is nowhere near innocent.
Who is he married to? Oh, check it out. Ex-wife.
Yeah,
I'm like thinking, like, what?
because that was his second marriage, most recent marriage, and you'll see. Good on Marilyn Manson because I think he got married during the whole controversy that was going on. He's still married successfully. It didn't work out with Dita Von Teese, which I actually feel bad for him for that because she was something special, and and I'm not going to say that his new wife isn't. I just don't know his new wife. Whereas Dita Von Teese, she's a very public person. His new wife, I don't even know what her name is, but good for him that it worked out. I would love to hear that. And now he's going to be a father. He's finally going to be normal. But something tells me
No.
that that's not going to happen. That if this is still the same Brian Warner as the original Brian Warner, according to Antichrist Superstar, he got his first girlfriend pregnant, and glad that she lost the pregnancy. So I don't think he's done being a kid.
Was he too young?
About, I guess. I mean, the guy's still too young. He's in his 50s.
I thought he was like 60 already. I swear, I thought he was like 60.
It's from 1969.
58? 2000. I'm sorry. I really thought he was in his 60s. He's been around.
Well, I don't know when's his birthday.
Yeah.
So he'll be 56 this year. He's not already.
I'm not speaking bad, but I'm just saying I thought he's been around for so long.
No, yeah, you should see him.
It
now.
just feels like I did see in
skinny and doesn't look like it's really him. It looks like it's somebody pretending to be him.
Who was interviewing him? You sent me a link to it. I forgot what he was talking. Marilyn Manson was there. It's like a more recent, like not an interview, but he was in a show. But yeah, when you sent me that link and I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, his neck is sagging. Nothing, not aesthetically, nothing. He looks so unreal because he let himself go, but it was because he also weighed a lot, right? Wasn't he a big guy at a point? So I had like all the weight that he lost is now probably. I'm not sure if he took Ozempic or not, whatever they're taking nowadays. But
Ozempic.
You
think he's human?
Well, I don't know what they did. Fucking demons that are wearing. I mean, come on, he has the bat wing, like that's how loose he looks. Like his skin looks pretty loose. Like this, that's the Ozempic. Like when people lose a lot of weight, they have that saggy skin. I guess. It might not be that, but he didn't work out and he lost weight. Maybe he had the gastric bypass. Maybe, I don't know. I'm speculating. Not sure. But he still looked. He looked older than his age. That's what I'm trying to
get. I never went to one of his concerts. They used to look like a lot of fun. They used to look like he put in a lot of work. Although now it's looking like not that many steps away from Katy Perry's dance routine. I don't know if you saw that video. It was so uninspired. Like it looked like high school level dance choreography. It was pathetic.
What did she dance to?
At her concert after Blue Origin, she had a concert. Somebody fucking recorded
the one in Mexico.
What?
She was in Mexico last week. There was like 3 singers in Mexico.
No, I'm not a Katy Perry fan. I mean, I see shit on YouTube that other people post up, and she was not dancing well. It looked pathetic. It looked almost like
Mariah Carey and
it looked on purpose. It looked like when somebody's trying to act badly or just be stupid.
Like, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna mess it up. Type.
It looked just dumb.
Wow.
It looked like something even I could do. It looked like something teach someone to do for like 5 minutes and then just go, and then they're kind of out there trying to remember how it went, but they're kind of getting it wrong, so they're copying the other dancers. Look like that.
Yeah, the dancers are like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, reminder. Who? Yeah, you reminded me of a couple of singers. Mariah Carey was one of them. That she didn't even put effort to one of her dances. Hillary Duff did a Thanksgiving New York one, and she sucked at that time. Horrible. Horrible.
Okay, I think that we've done enough.
How
This
long
has
have we
been
been?
a 2 hour, 10 minute
No
episode.
way.
Yep. How was it?
It was great. I don't think. Don't you have like a longer podcast
I've
episode?
The longest I've done has been like
4
4 hours.
hours. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Man, that was long. It doesn't feel like it was 2 hours.
Well, because it's easier when you're talking with
Yeah. But then again, we always have fun talking.
someone. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
It
I'll.
was nice talking to everyone.
Take care.
Night.